Hi guys, this is just a quick message for anyone who has the Hub 5X supplied by Virgin Media for full fibre connections. Basically anyone who's on the next fibre network probably has one of these. A big complaint is they don't have a modem mode on them. Now that essentially means that you can't easily use your own router without running into issues. Yes, there are hidden menus and there are other workarounds, but the one I'm going to go in today is setting it up how to use your own router without actually running into issues such as double NAT, which can affect things like online gaming and other performance issues. So first thing you're going to want to do is when you go to set up your own router, go into the WAN settings and make sure it is set to DHCP. Reason being is what you need to do is you need to connect your router's WAN port into a LAN port on the back of the Hub 5X. If it's set to DHCP, it will do that. It will automatically get itself an IP address. So nice and easy for that step. At this point, you should have internet access. Next, what we need to do is go on over into the Hub 5X. Now, this one's already been set up, so I'm not actually going to go turning things off and on again to demonstrate this, but it's really, really straightforward to do. When you first connect to it using the IP address at the bottom of my screen, it will ask you to choose your language, it'll ask you to set a password, and it'll do a reboot as well. But then once it's up and running, all we need to do is just a couple of admin changes in the settings here. So first of all, if you're going to advanced settings and wireless, and then a wireless signal, what you can do is you can then just disable your Wi-Fi. There's no point having your own Wi-Fi network and the Virgin one running at the same time, because all it'll do is just create more Wi-Fi congestion potentially. So disable them and apply the changes at the bottom. Once we've done that, we can go into security and DM-zed. What we now need to do is we now need to enable the DM-zed, and in order to do that you just hit the enable button and you need to get the IP address from the router settings that the router has picked up from the Hub 5X. So in this case it's picked up one that ends 198. Again, apply the changes. Once we've done that, we can check other settings just to make sure there's nothing in there that we don't want. So I have left the firewalls as they are for now. The main router, if you will, is currently in a DM-zed anyway, so leaving these active isn't actually a problem. It's not going to cause you any issues. It's not going to cause any NAT problems or anything like that. And that is basically what I do. And what I do for extra peace of mind, just to make sure that my router always gets the same IP address so it stays in the DM-zed, is I just simply assign it as a attached device or a reserved IP address. So basically all that means is every time I connect this router it gets the MAC address, and it just from that connects with the same details. And then once you've done that, you can exit out of it, test your internet connection, and you should find that you are getting full services without any further problems. So for me, example, this is a Nest Wi-Fi Pro. It's not the best router in the world. It only supports up to gigabit LAN, but for someone who wants something that's pretty dumbed down, easy to set up, they're not bad. And I'm on the Gig 1 package, so gigabit down. I don't pay for the extra upload speed, so typically I'll be getting probably the high 900s down and about 100 to 115 up, but it's more than fast enough for me. There you go, 973 down, 116 up. Happy with that. One of the other benefits, by the way, of setting your own router up is you can use your own DNS settings. So if you use, for example, Cloudflare's, or if you want to use Google's, or if you want to use AdGuard or any sort of custom DNS, you can do that with your own router, whereas with the Virgin Hub 5X, you are locked down to their own DNS servers. And I personally don't like that, because if there's ever a problem with the DNS, it takes your entire connection down. Whereas if you've got your own router and you can go in and change the settings, you stand off a chance of actually fixing it yourself and getting up and running. So yeah, there you go. I hope this helps. Any questions, let me know.